Guten Tag, wie geht's? Dieter here. This is German Dieter, Canadian Dieter, and American Dieter, and English Dieter, all roads into one. I just changed my phony accent, how I feel at the time. Anyway, today's video is why Dieter bought a Boucher guitar. Now, I was looking for a dreadnought because I had a 44-year-old dreadnought that had been beaten up, and so I thought, it's on its last legs, time to get something new. But I decided I liked that old one so much that I put the money into it, and I had it refretted by a good luthier in Stratford, Ontario. Thank you. I forget his name right now, that was a long time. And I reset the neck myself, and I did some refurbishing, and it's better than new. So I've got an actually truly 44-year-old top on that. It's not Adirondack Spruce, I don't think. I think it's Sitka. But it sounds amazing, sounds better than any Martin or Taylor, haha, or Gibson that I've ever played, and I've played quite a few. Anyway, it's just the truth. Dieter just deals with the facts here, okay? You can think what you want, but I try to make these videos for people like me that have actually an open mind about things. So if you don't, and you just think I'm bashing what you may have or may not have, fine, go do something else. I only criticize things that I have personal experience with. I'm not paid by anybody. I make up my own mind, and I encourage you to do the same. So I went to the 12th Fret, which is the high-end guitar shop in Toronto, which is a big city. So this is a well-known shop, have very good guitars, lots of famous musicians shop there. So I went in there to look for a guitar, and there was at the time, I think this was about 8 years ago, so there was a gentleman in there, a little grayer than me, amazing player. So I actually just stopped and listened to him play for about 20 minutes, and he was trying all the nice guitars they had there. And there were Martins, there were boutique guitars, they have Collings, they have everything. Well, everything that you can get in Canada, aside from some exotic stuff that I'm sure is very nice that you can get elsewhere in the world. Anyway, he had heard me play a bit of classical, and he asked me, which I thought was nice of him, to play these two guitars that he had decided he was going to get either one. And so he had me in the center of the room, their acoustic room, and then he went and listened and closed his eyes. So one was a Collings, and the other was this, Boucher. So he liked them very much, and then he saw, though, that then he played them for me as well, again. So I really loved this Boucher. Yeah, like right off the bat, it almost made my hair stand on end. I'd never heard a dreadnought sound this good. This is the honest truth. And it was $3,200, which was a lot of money, more than I wanted to spend maybe, but the Collings, I think, was $42. Anyway, he looked at me and he kind of gave me a wink, and he said, you really want this Boucher? And I said, well, yeah, but you were here first, so if you want it, you take it. You know, that's the way it works. And he says, well, I already have a decent dreadnought, and the Collings was a smaller body style. I don't know what they call it, maybe a triple O or something. It a little more rounded. It wasn't a dreadnought anyway. And he said, no. I said, it's overkill if I get it, but it's a beautiful guitar. You'd be very happy with it. So I bought it. And it's stellar. They have a gold top package because Boucher is the world leader in torrification. They actually did all their research with the University of Quebec, I think. And they know how to torrify tops. Some of these other guys, they don't know how to torrify tops. But that was an extra $400 or $500, and yeah, I didn't want to spend $4 grand. I didn't really have $4 grand. But I'm glad I got this. It's 7 or 8 years old now, and the top is aging nicely. And it's just beautiful. The craftsmanship is second to none. I encourage you, if you've never tried a Boucher, to go find someone who has one, or a dealer that can get them, and play one, and I'm sure you'll be very impressed. So yeah, I mean, what else can I say? There's a small shop in Boucher, which is on the St. Lawrence Seaway in Quebec, Canada, and you cannot go wrong. If you want some specific reasons why they sound so good, first of all, they do not skimp on anything. Everything they use is the finest quality. They don't have a lot of bling. This one doesn't have a bling. It's called a Studio Goose mahogany. They don't stain their woods. They leave them natural, which I enjoy. They use the finest of everything they have: ebony fretboard, gold-plated Goto tuners, ebony bridge. It had nice bridge pins with the mother of pearl or abalone inlay, but just for contrast, I swapped out some. I swapped them out with some real nice boxwood. Boxwood is very dense wood. Bridge pins just for some contrast. That's the only reason I did it. The pins that came with were fine, and I put it in a few pickups. This is an LR Baggs stacked humbucker, and I put in a Lyric. I actually prefer it not plugged in with a mic, but sometimes I perform, so this is good for performance. And they have the best Adirondack tops in the world, and I say that because it's true. The Canadian Adirondack forest, the Appalachian Mountains start up here in Canada, or end, depending whether you're an American or a Canadian. And which, north or south? Do you think north is the start or the stop, or south is the start or stop? Anyway, that's where all the red spruce grows. Adirondack is red spruce, and the Canadian stuff is better quality than the Americans. I'm not poo-pooing the Americans, but it's because the Appalachian range is higher in Canada, and it's colder up here because we're further north from the equator. So the trees grow slower at a slower rate. So the rings are closer together, which makes for a stiffer and better sounding soundboard. And the Canadian forests produce over 90% of the Adirondack spruce that is used for guitar tops. The thing with American red spruce is that it grows closer to sea level, and the U.S. government had most of it cut down to use for building stuff in World War II. So they cut down over 90% of their forests. So, and they replanted, but the trees that they have in the States are 60 to 80 years old, the ones that they're harvesting now. So that's the reason there. And also, this is kind of funny for all you pro-Martin, pro-Taylor, pro-Gibson people that, I don't care if you're pro that, but if you're just blindly pro that, then I think you might have a perception problem. You go, oh no, I've got a custom Martin with an Adirondack top. I've got a custom Taylor with an Adirondack top. I've got a custom Gibson with an Adirondack top, man, made in the USA. Yeah, well, guess what? If that top was bought or put on your guitar before, just a few years ago, you got your top 99.99% sure from Robin Boucher, and you have a Canadian Adirondack top on that. Because Boucher was a small company with maybe 6 or 7 employees. They were in financial trouble. This was about 10 years ago or so, or 15 years ago or so. So they started selling tops, and that took them out of the red into the black. They're still a small shop, but guaranteed, if you have any American-built guitar from more than a few years ago, even if it's a boutique like a Bourgeois or Collings, and it has an Adirondack top, it's probably a Boucher top, and it will not be the best Boucher top because it'll be very good because it's Canadian and Boucher picked it out. But he saves the best for his own, which he should, which anyone would do. So a Boucher, to any boutique, I guarantee this, to any boutique American or custom shop American Adirondack top will have a better top because the top that you have on yours was the second best or the third best, not the first best. And that, my friends, is the truth, if you can handle it. Ciao for now.